Hey, Robot, we're gonna see if we can run another test run here. See what's going on.
And the ancestors are looking out for us. God Hayes is exposing them, man.
Okay, you see that chair right there? See how big it is?
Yeah.
Now look at the Pope chair under it. Scroll down, look at the Pope chair under
Never have it been made so clear.
Young TV. Young.
We running the game right now.
Young TV.
Time to take over.
Young
We the hottest in the game. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. If you just not tuned in.
TV.
Share, like on your Instagram, Facebook.
Young TV.
If you tuned in, we broadcasting live from 2030, baby.
Young TV. Young
Taking over the game, baby. Oh yeah.
Young TV.
Hit that like.
Young TV.
Get them likes up in the air, you heard me?
Young TV.
Ride by. Hotel Islam.
Young TV.
Assalamu alaikum. Flown lesson. Peace.
Young TV.
Hit that like.
Something crazy just happened with that video, man. Just like it loaded up 3 times, and then again it loaded up on the video side. I don't know what's going on, but we came back on for a test run to make sure if it was for some reason, was it just that video that they was mad about chopping up and cutting out, or is it just we back for a Q&A though, man, on the Anunnakis, and we got a whole playlist on these guys already. The Anunnakis, talking about the tapes, the video side. What she said that the reptilian lady said the Anunnakis came to the planet and they perceived them to be cool, and then kind of found out they wasn't cool. So it's actually based on some true information that, but it's different perspectives. The reptilians. These reptilians, they're saying all this. The Anunnakis created them as well, right? The Anunnakis seeded them. That's why when the Anunnakis came back, they looked at it like, hey, y'all just get out the way. Y'all some of our creation too. So Mother Huber actually created the reptilians. And some of them have been left in the dark onto their history. And as you, yeah, I know it. Stop the notifications. I got 75,000 subscribers, but they don't send nobody. Nobody really see our tapes, because of the stuff we putting out, right? They keeping everybody from seeing us, right? So you got to help us out. Share our stuff on all your Instagrams and Facebook. Send it to all your friends. Tell them about the young elder, man, and so they can get on to the right knowledge. It's like this. The Anunnakis. We're taking questions and answers for the Anunnakis right now, y'all. So she said the Anunnakis came here and they took the Homo erectus and upgraded them. That's true. She said the Anunnakis caused problems and wars against fighting against the other reptilians. That's true. They did. They even had a war amongst themselves, the family on Earth. They caused the nuclear storm. That's actually how Enki put it in his writings, in his book, in the books of the lost books of Enki. So we looking at, and he said that there's this advanced alien species, right? But if you read the original script, you could tell that somebody that ain't the original script, like all the way like she said it, because of certain things that they say that the reptile that advanced alien would know. Uh, like what planet that they come from. They come from a planet, for you newcomers. They come from a planet they call Planet X, a planet Nibiru. Nibiru is the name of the planet, right? But it's actually a planet, it's actually a whole huge mothership, actually. And every 3,600 years they come into this solar system, and they are the beings who upgraded the humans. But not everybody here is man. You got man, then you got mankind, and then you got the children of the Anunnaki, right? All the Najarus, which are under the same branch kind of, but the Najaru, they look different. They are different species from the Anunnakis, although they can be classified as Anunnakis. And so you got about maybe 100 and some thousand species on Nibiru, which is part of the Galactic Federation of Life. And like the dude said in that tape, the Galactic Federation of Life don't violate intergalactical terms, which is you can't interfere with a lower level life form. That's a galactical law. If you want to know about the galactical laws, we got a tape out called the Galactical Laws, the Constitution, Universal Constitution, and that's in the I think the different extraterrestrial playlist. Also, it's in the Galactic Family of Life playlist. We got about 600 extraterrestrial tapes out right now. So you want to get to them, but we really just came on to take questions and answers on the Anunnaki, since we already got the information, so much information on them already. If when the tape, they ain't showing the thumbnail now, but Enlil on the thumbnail, we showed you the picture of Enlil with the unibrow. Enlil got the unibrow, right? And Enlil would be your Yahweh, the being who was over these Elohims, and they are humanoid people. They eat food. These people, they eat food. They eat like lamb and things of that nature. They eat meat. These guys, right? These humans. They are much larger, taller, and more intelligent because they got the ability to live long, technology to live longer. But your God or your Bible, your the beings of your Bible, they eat meat. The Bible even tell you that they eat meat. These guys, the Elohim. Because the Elohim in Genesis chapter 18 met up with Abraham and ate meat. Right? So they are real breathing beings. On their ship, they gotta have a certain type of air mixture of hydrogen and oxygen to breathe on their ship. Right? And like I was telling people, who is God? If the God of your Bible need air to breathe, who is really God? Right? So it's really like here to take questions and answers. Like questions, if you got any questions on the Anunnakis, if you're a newcomer, we can answer your questions and point you into the right direction on figuring out about the Anunnakis. But some of you people are, Tiamat. What about Tiamat? Tiamat was the name of the planet Earth before it became known as Ki, right? Tiamat means maiden of water because the planet was covered with water. What do you mean? What you mean? Never died. She's Atlantis. It says all the Anunnakis, the supreme beings in just this universe, or they also supreme beings of others. Well, they supreme beings, and pretty much for the at least 60% of the universe. Now, in order to understand the universe, this is much more complex than I can I can explain it to you, but it's real complex. See, like just in your solar system, which you got about Pluto's what, about 66 billion miles away? 4.6 billion miles is Pluto. And but then within in this, just on Earth alone, there's several vortexes of the interdimensional phases that beings can exist in. So it's, in this world, there are parallel worlds that's parallel to this world. So you got parallel worlds, right? So the Anunnakis are one of the most advanced species, probably in maybe 50 to 60% of the universe. But there are beings in your just in your galaxy that are more advanced than the Anunnakis. The Anunnakis are not the highest branch of beings. There's actually a council that sits over the Anunnakis, and they the ones that dictate the whole thing. They call the Galactic High Council, and they the ones that's so to say punishing the Anunnakis for coming and upgrading the humans. That's my first time hearing of Pistis Sophia. That's my first time hearing that name. I'm about to go check that out. Says, did the Anunnakis build the pyramids of Egypt in the original Black Book? Yeah, the Anunnakis built the pyramids. For the most part, the ones in the Giza Plateau was built by Tahuti. And the reason why he built Tahuti built the pyramids after the Earth pole shift, and the Earth was wobbling, so he put these weights, just like you put on balance a tire. When a tire is spinning at a certain speed, you add weights to it to balance it out. So Tahuti built these weights or pyramids that weigh so many amounts of tons in strategic locations all after they balanced the planet out to keep it from wobbling. Right. So Tahuti was the one that initiated the building of the pyramids. Now, other pyramids were built after Tahuti set up the city of Atlantis and set up the city of the gods down in Central America. He began teaching a certain group of his people, which was his the descendants of the humans that descended from one of his bloodlines, which they became known as the Washita mound builders, and they built mounds. And it actually goes back before Tahuti. The mound building actually goes back before Tahuti. The mound building actually was an extraterrestrial influence from these group of beings, and Tahuti was a part of this bloodline from these people too, through his mother, whose name was Ariskagil. Right? Okay, so yeah. So these people came. They were called the Naga beings, and they got connection with the Cobra bloodline. They the ones that when you see the Egyptian headdress with the cobra on it, that represents a certain bloodline. That bloodline was called the Naga people, right? They came from a planet called Bagabuti, which is the third planet from the Procon in the Procon star system, right? And it was a group of benevolent ones who came. Talk about this, Dr. Malachi Z York, master teacher, talk about this in the Holy Tablets, right? You can read the Holy Tablets for free in the link in the descriptions. Yeah, he talked about these beings coming. And if you look up a cobra is the only serpent that builds a mound. You can pull it up. A cobra is the only serpent. The king cobra builds mounds. And these certain groups of extraterrestrials who connected with that bloodline, they build mounds, and they the one that came here with that certain type of structure, and they mixed in with the humans when they got here and taught them how to build these same temples. But they call them masabox, and they would bury they would birthday children in them, like they made so they were for birthing and for for passing away, for the death, for the dead, and for the birthing of their species. They built these mounds or these masabox is what they call them in ancient Kemet, right? And then the Tahuti came with the stacking it on top of each other, and Imhotep connects with Tahuti through the same bloodline down the line, right? Yeah, so but the Anunnakis did build the pyramids to sum it up. And then like later on, like I say, the humans learn how to do it through coming down from that bloodline. So the humans built a lot of pyramids too, based on what Tahuti had taught them. Yeah, well, it goes. Well, it went from Anunnaki to Samaritans, Anunnaki. All these people are really the same people. It's just that once the dialect change or the culture go to different cultures, the name change or the so even some of the characteristics might change based on the look of the person, especially because these beings had avatars. So most of the Anunnaki gods, Sumerian gods are the same gods. The Egyptian gods, Greek gods, all them, most of all these gods are the same god. They all Anunnaki gods. No, it was Enki who upgraded the humans. Yeah, it was Enki that upgraded the humans. But Enki, not only was it Enki, it was his sister named the main scientist on the project was actually Enki's sister. Enki came out with the idea because he was experimenting with a group of beings called the Shaggies or the Sasquatch or this Homo erectus type being, which he eventually upgraded to the Sasquatch or Enki dudes, right? By crossbreeding certain things to try to get them to be a certain thing. So it says Inky's a fallen. No, Inky then wasn't a fallen. Inky was considered amongst the 200 fallen. Yeah, but Inky upgraded the humans with the help of Mother Ninti, his sister, who was the chief scientist for his dad, Anu. And then you have Damkina, Aristotle, Nergal, Murdoch, and Tahuti. Tahuti actually gave them the final code, genetic code that they needed for the DNA to upgrade the humans. Tahuti also is known as Ningazita in Sumerian culture. Look, it ain't that nothing can get in and out of the firmament. It's just that it's hard to get out. It's hard to break through the force field without the right type of technology or the right, like they gotta have melanin. They gotta have melanin coated around their ship just to get out of the atmosphere, to get out of here, right? But extraterrestrials, they ship can dematerialize and go right through the force field. Now, what happens is when they were shooting these rockets, up to space, trying to get out, they were blowing holes in the ozone layer. They'd blow a hole, use a nuclear blast, blow a hole in the ozone layer, then go out through the hole. But why? The reason why, and so you could get out. But the reason why they can't get out now is because a certain group of Anunnakis called the Blue Avians have put a force field around the planet because Earth is up for judgment. So these beings in 2019, I think it was, they put the force field around the planet so none can get in and none can get out until the final judgment of the Anunnakis. Right, so none can get in, none can get out. They can, because the Anunnakis had sent word to the daggone reptilians that were here masquerading that if they by the time they pull up, if they didn't leave by a certain time, they were gonna be trapped here and destroyed. And so they put the force field up to keep them from getting out. That's why when they shoot their rockets up now, they just curve off. But before then, they could go out, but they were busting holes in the ozone layer. Doc had talked about that. And so extraterrestrials had to come back in and patch them holes because they did the same thing to Riz. Extraterrestrials had to come back in and patch them holes that they shot up into the and bust the holes in your dome, busting holes in your dome because your dome is like a force field that protects you from ultraviolet rays. And then when holes get in it, that's why all the different things start to happen on the planet because there's holes in the atmosphere. It's like putting a hole in the air in a tire or something. So but the extraterrestrials got technology where they can patch them holes, right? And for the most, sometimes they use in the form of a chemtrails a dust, a powder type dust, gold dust that they spray into the atmosphere and to patch that hole. So what they do, so the truth of it is that NASA is really a cover up for the dark space program. NASA is a front program, right? The shooting the rockets up, that's just part of a front. They got these people got extraterrestrial ships that they got from Hitler and they got from Ashtar Command working with the reptilians and the Greys. They got technology now they can go to the moon in less than 15 minutes. They got teleportation technology now where they can teleport from Earth to Mars. So NASA's just to cover up. That, like I say, they were getting out of the atmosphere for a little while. With Buzz and them really went to Buzz and them uh Armstrong and all them, Neil Armstrong, they really went to the moon. And not only did they go to the moon, they also did a trip in 1971 to Mars and took pictures of Mars, of the ice caps on Mars, and the face on all them pictures you getting from Mars was taken by Armstrong them. And so they've been going out, but when they was going out, they were busting holes in the ozone layer. So like I said, a certain group of extraterrestrials came in and stopped them from doing it. And in fact, I don't know if you remember, but the last time NASA tried to shoot a rocket up, extraterrestrials came in and said, don't shoot no more rockets up because you're blowing holes in the ozone layer. And they did it. I think it was 2019. They did it anyway. And then the extraterrestrials shot their stuff down, shot their rocket down. The Greys. Well, it's kind of like hard to tell, but now now that more people are becoming aware and they're becoming it's what the word I'm looking for. You're becoming more alert of these beings. Your brain, certain parts of your brain is not activated. That's why they can disguise. But now that everybody's starting to come online to what's going on, you're gonna start to be able to see them more. It's gonna be hard for them to hide. They're more aware and more conscious. The more collective conscious start to be aware of them. Yeah, global warming, right? Global warming is due to them busting them holes in the ozone layer. But like I say, certain groups of extraterrestrials got technology to patch it, and so they patched it. But they told them you can't go up out of space no more. To the humans that was going, or the dark space program that was going out of space. Hey, we got more questions. Give me some good ones. You got any more questions about the Anunnakis? The Anunnakis come from, they didn't know their origin from this galaxy, like that lady said, but she is right about them coming from Lyra. Name of their galaxy is called Elohim. They live in a 19 and on a 8 planet in a 19. They got 19 planets, 3 suns in their galaxy in a tri-solar system. But the Anunnakis actually built that them star systems. A lot of the stars that you see that's blue stars, they were recently built by the Anunnaki. Some of them were naturally birthed stars by the universe, but some of them are artificial stars created by these same beings who upgraded the humans, called the Anunnakis. Talk about what woman? Talk about what woman, Dylan? Now the ones that pilot the cigar shaped crafts is they can be classified as Anunnakis, but they call Najarus. They like the children of the Anunnakis. They actually a treaty it was a treaty made about 60 billion years ago, a little bit over 60 billion years ago, between the Naga beings and the and the Anunnaki, or these humanoid Riskians, and they mixed their seed and birthed a new race. And these became your ancient Egyptian beings, right? Coming down through Murdoch and Enki, right? So the Najarus, they look a little different. We got a whole movie out called the Najaru movie. You go check that movie out and we show you how they look. What's going to happen in 2030? 2030 is the end of the devil's rule, the complete end of his rule. You're gonna see a lot of stuff starting to happen, starting really this year, leading up to the end of the devil's reign. Yeah, because Tahuti was over here. He was over here. He was over here first. If you read the Emerald tablets, where actually they had set the pyramids up over there in Giza Plateau out right after the flood, and then Tahuti came over here and set up the Atlantis. And then when the reptilians came, the Dragonians, and started a war, because Tahuti called them the brothers of darkness, they sunk Atlantis. And then that's when Tahuti talked about him lifting up in his ship, taking all his books and his artifacts, and then going back over to Egypt. But Tahuti was in America first, and most of you over here have, especially if you, most of the largest tribe in America is the Washita, and all the Washita is connected with Tahuti. That's why you see Empress, also Empress Redbird. You see her headdress has got the cobra on now. That goes back to the Naga beings, the mound builders. Yeah, so 2025, you're gonna see a lot of extraterrestrial stuff, reptilian stuff. It's gonna all start to unfold faster than what they can stop it, or faster than what they can show. Yeah, so Lilith is from a tribe called the Watusis. They came here from Orion. So you got four original tribes of the earth. The oldest one, you got the Twa, then you got the Sandsman in South Africa, then you got the Watusis. Well, really, the Hindus came here probably before the Watusi. The Hindus, the Watusi is a crossbreed with the Anunnakis and Hindus. Yeah, yo, this is we had predicted that Donald Trump would be the last president of the United States, as you know it. The new after Donald Trump is here to liquidate de facto the United States corpse into the American Union. So to be the American Union, there's gonna be no more United States. That's what the talk is about Canada and Mexico joining on with the US. Right? Hey, shalom, Cherry Bay. Ride by peace and love and harmony. What else you got? Is it true that Trump made an alliance with the Anunnakis? He's a tall. Now Trump is alliant with the Nomos beings. The Nomos, those who claim to know the most. They were a group of reptilians that came from Cyrus. Yeah, right, right, King. It's already a part of America anyway, just the imaginary line that they set. If you receive telepathic messages, do you have your would it be needed to send? No, you don't really need it to send off telepathic signals, because you most of y'all still got the root. The root is still there, and some of y'all, especially if you was born after 1990, some of y'all baroteric gland has started to grow back. If you was born after 1990, a lot of y'all, that's why the kids are way more intelligent. You know, the kids way more faster than us. You know. So yeah, so the baroteric gland is starting to redevelop in the children born after 1990. I try to outsmart Hakeem them, and they smart. I'm telling you, it's hard to beat them. Somebody said they just saw one. Well, saw a reptilian or an Anunnaki. Yeah. So what is reality? What is reality? Reality is that you here as part of a mission, a school to learn. And just learn something new every day and you'll be on the right track. The mothership is already up there. Really, Crystal City has been up there since the pole shift. The last pole shift, Crystal City's been up there over Earth. So that's one of the motherships that's mentioned up in Revelations 21. Now Nibiru returned in I think 2008, and so it's up there parked behind the sun. If you want to see it, in the morning, probably like when the sun coming up, go outside, take your camera phone, hold it up to the left hand corner of the sun. Hold your camera phone to the left corner of the sun, you will see Nibiru parked behind the sun. We only got a couple more years, and it's gonna take off out of this solar system for another 3,600 years. Yeah, they did. The Anunnaki said that it was an accident. The planet got destroyed a couple times by the Anunnakis, and they said that it was all an accident. That's what they said. Yeah, they covering it all up. It says Quito Mutwa said they came here and separated us into female and male. Yeah, but Quito Mutwa ain't talking about the Anunnakis. Quito Mutwa talking about the Nomos. The Nomos is the ones that did all it. It says, well, there you go. 1995. You go on to the 1990. It says witness the Wolfman, vampire slayers. Yeah. So the shade shifting wolf guys, vampires, all that exist. Everything that they told you about, that's the real reality. Everything they showing you in the movies really exists. There really are shade shifters. There really are vampires and witches and warlocks, and it's really all these people really exist. What they doing on Nubu right now, they pretty much it's like this. They pretty much doing the analysis on this solar system and all the planets, and determining what's going to be their ruling. If they going to exterminate the race and start over from scratch like they did last time, or they gonna adopt a certain amount of people out of here that's made it to a certain brain capacity and spiritual awakeness, and then destroy the rest or leave the rest for the reptilian agenda. So they making right now they on Nibiru making the call whether they gonna do what they did in Genesis again and have the earth wiped out. Yeah, they have a universe for witches and warlocks. That's true. What else you got? He says, no, they're not. They're waiting for Marco. Who is Marco? Marco Polo? Where are the ethereal parents right now? They watching right now. They everywhere. These beings. They're not omnipresent. Only the all is omnipresent. But these beings, they watching. Earth is on the watch list right now at this point. Says any destroying some of these reptilians and Murdoch, which is me. So you say Norris King. Norris King says that he's Murdoch. This is about the plane. Says we're going. Hey, shout out if you new to the channel and you never heard you don't know that Young Elder, right? Young Elder got 8 books for $45 donation to the Cash App. One person already got the books, all 8 books. We sent them the books already. So we send the books ASAP. As soon as we receive the donation to the Cash App or PayPal, the Cash App is the Young Elder, right? Just like it's spelled on YouTube, no S at the end. And we'll post it in the comments. But if you want to get those 8 books by the Young Elder, we got the Ascension Manual, right? The Dream Scroll, the Galactic Family of Life, the Orion Group book, the Language of the Birds book, the Scroll of Eyes, the Book of Extraterrestrials. All these books are thick like this, gonna take you a while to read. The Hustler's Manual and the Scroll of Eyes. Like I said, the Scroll of Eyes. So that's the 8 books we got. $45 donation to the PayPal or Cash App. Leave your emails in that link so I can send them right over ASAP through the PayPal. I mean through the through your emails. To your emails, right? Undo. I said, let me do that. It let you edit the comment. Hey y'all, so we'll take some more questions. Man, it says, where will the Galactic Federation intercede? Yeah, well, so they got certain rules that they follow, right? No interference. But if certain groups of beings can interfere on if the Galactic Council give them approval of it, right? And so right now they got no choice but to intercede because of other extraterrestrials who down here doing things that they don't got no business. So that when certain extraterrestrials step in and they doing wrong, these what they call watchers can step in and intercede on behalf of the lesser race that don't have a power to defend themselves from these beings, right? They can intercede on that behalf. But like I say, the thing is that certain humans on your planet have made deals with the reptilians. And so when they sign a contract with them, it's kind of like, the Galactic Federation can't really intercede because they did this contract on their own free will. But the thing is about it is the contract is flawed because the people who making the deals with these extraterrestrials, they're not the original humans, owners of the planet. They come down from these reptilians. They really Dragon reptilian children who have took over the command of the pretty much the government, right? And so it's all about to come crashing down. It says when Nibiru leave, what about the great balls of fire? All right, so the great balls of fire is already been activated. They already around. That's the orbs that you seeing. The orbs that they've been seeing over New Jersey, all that, right? Now, the great balls of fire, according to what Elijah said and some what Doc said, that after they pick everybody up, that the great balls of fire are gonna get unleashed and they gonna burn and destroy, set on fire this place. And it's then when they get through setting on fire, they say it's gonna burn for 390 years and take 610 years to cool off. That's what Elijah Muhammad said. Right, this wicked place. When you get ready, when a farmer get through harvesting his crop, they burn the field. They burn the field so because the field that refertilizes it, and then it makes the plants grow better the next season, right? So it's kind of like that type of thing. That's right, little nine. We ain't the real original cream of the crop or the original owners of the planet didn't agree with no deals to these Dragon reptilians. So it's kind of like that part, and that's why the Galactic Federation is interceding at this point. It's actually it's more to it than that because it's actually they got at this point they got right to intercede because the planet is up for judgment. The planet is up for judgment at this point, so they got right to intercede at this point because the reptilians that have been here taking advantage of the humans. And Anunnaki got the plane fall from the sky. No, the Anunnakis don't got the planes falling from the sky. I think most of that is military testing new weapons they got. You'd be surprised what type of technology the military got. The military is 40 years ahead of the public. The military already been fighting advanced extraterrestrials. So they confiscated some of their technology and reverse engineered, and now they got plasma weapons. The military, certain groups of the military got plasma weapons and invisibility and a whole bunch of other types of advanced technology that you don't know nothing about. And so what they've been doing is they got a certain type of technology, a laser that or what they call an EMP laser, right, where they can aim it at a certain electronic device and it can cause the malfunction. The police department about to have it. They have really some police departments already got it, where they can pull up on side of your car and shoot this thing, and it'll shut all electronics down in your car. They got another thing too. They got another thing too. When they get y'all all out of these gas cars and convert y'all over to electric, which they hope to have by the next 4 years done completely, got rid of the gas cars. I think they're gonna stage something to get rid of the gas cars. But once they get rid of completely the gas cars, they're gonna have electric cars, and then they ain't gonna have to worry about the thing that shoot the car and stop the electric. Gonna be an old hat, right? Because all they got to do now is go on the computer, type your license plate number in, and hit stop, and your car gonna cut off. They already got this technology already. Yeah, but what them planes coming down is them testing new technology that they got, that they can send a frequency to some and deactivate it like an EMP type thing, right? So the government is about 40 years ahead of you in technology. When cell phones came out, the government had them for 40 years before they gave them to you. They called it a long range walkie talkie. And then when Bluetooth came out, they had already had Bluetooth 20, 30 years before they gave it to you. The Navy SEALs was already using it. The Navy SEALs got a lot of technology right now, like combat type equipment that they use that you probably never even heard of, like invisibility, camouflage. They got like the military, certain groups, special ops got a cup, like a towel, like a sheet they can pull over them, and they'll be invisible. And and you don't got to believe me. I wish I could pull it up right now and show you that there's a lot of people at home that's already using this technology, where they can. Where it's like where they hold this piece of glass, it look like plexiglass, but if they hold it up, you can't see that it look invisible. You can see straight through because it bends the light frequency, right? Something like that, yeah, something like that. It says, yeah, cloaking device is another name for some of this technology. Cloaking, cloaking, because it actually bends the light frequency around the object, right? Yeah, the predators are a certain group of extraterrestrials that came from the Andromedan galaxy. They actually was hired by the Anunnakis to hunt this other being called a xenomorph. They made a movie about it. The system that they found under the pyramid. Are you talking about the river, the rivers under the pyramid? Because there's rivers under the pyramid, and the actual Tahuti actually that's the rivers actually was the sand, because that the pyramids are ancient technology. So that river or water current that flows under the pyramid was to send electricity, a certain type of static electricity, up through the shafts, and then they activate the crystals, the quartz crystals, and the different crystals that Tahuti had in the pyramid to send that frequency up through the point to where ships can pull over and use recharge, like kind of like charging a Tesla. But they had these extraterrestrials got ships that fly off electricity, so they can pull over a pyramid and just refuel like in a couple minutes. Just pull over a pyramid for about 4 or 5 minutes and just tap into the energy, tap into that energy that's coming out that pyramid that they set up a certain way to where they can absorb that energy. And they also could send light signals from light to light years away, light signals, and these light signals were used to send messages back to Nibiru. So the pyramid could send off a light signal straight back to Nibiru with this technology they had. So some guy coming in here talking about pseudo. What's pseudo? Pseudoscience? It's pseudoscience. What's pseudo? The ancient technology of the pyramids. I like guys that come in talking pseudo. Pseudo is like in between, maybe we don't really know. That's what that mean, right? You don't really know. Hey, we like the pseudo guy. Hey, dog. Hey, MG Big Dog. What's pseudo? Let's have a combo. Let's dance. Let's battle. I want to battle. Like what's that dude name? That fat dude with the chick. I want to battle. MG Dog. I want to battle. Come on with it. Let's do it. Let's dance. Since are we the Anunnaki bloodline? Most of y'all over here in America come down from Inky and Murdoch and Tahuti. That's all they are. Tahuti and Murdoch is brothers. Yeah, that's battle. MG. Come on with it. What you got? Let's go blow for blow, line for line, precept up on precept. It says aliens aren't real though. Only the soul is real. Oh yeah, you one of them then. Aliens ain't real. If then what are they? So aliens are souls. That's what you say, right? Aliens are souls. You say aliens aren't real. Aliens are souls. Oh yeah, man. We'll talk, man. We can walk. We can walk with this guy. Don't laugh at him, y'all. Don't laugh at him. We gonna walk with him. We gonna walk him now. So you got to come with something better than that. Aliens aren't real. Cause look, it's like this. You just one guy, and we got like a billion people that say, "Oh, I seen an alien or some alien abduct me." We got too many people say, but you just one guy. You know what else you got? You got to come with something else. Aliens aren't real; they're just souls. What is a soul? What is a soul? What is a soul, my guy? What's your definition of a soul? So I got to get your definitions down before I can address what you're saying. So what is your definition of a soul, MG dog man? It's funny that you call yourself a dog because dog is God backwards. That's why you calling yourself a dog shows how you feel about yourself. Because dog got 4 legs. So, but I ain't gonna make fun of you. We don't want to make fun of you, but we here. Don't laugh at them, y'all. We want to know what your definition of a soul is, MG guy. Is it like a freak, a light body, a frequency? What is it? What's your definition of a soul? Well, he took off running. They got a guy that says aliens aren't real. Only we live in a simulation. Yeah, I can. Hey, I like how you with assimilation. All right, we can go. I can dig that. We live in a simulation. Aliens aren't real. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. MG big dog. What is real? Do you mean REEL or REAL? What is real? Hey, MG big dog. Walk with me. What is real? Yeah, REEL. Yeah. So is it real? Are aliens real? Are aliens real? MG big dog. Don't run now. Stay right there. We're gonna stay right there with you. Say real, right? Oh, so aliens are real then. What is real? Electromagnetic signals interpreted by the brain. So if somebody see an alien, even if it's real, meaning translating through the pineal gland and then converting it to light signals or electromagnetic frequency, then they real. Real and real is pretty much real. So MG dog, what else you got, man? Aliens aren't real, but then you say aliens are real. You know what I'm saying? What you go? Make up your mind, man. Is it real or real? Which is the same damn thing. They just want to look. The A and the E is interchangeable in the language. You can vowels are interchangeable. So they trying to play games on you when they tell you real REAL is different from REEL. Real and real is the same thing. So aliens are real. You just admitted to it. Whether you want to call it assimilation real, because assimilation is real, ain't it? Hey, don't run, MG big dog. I ain't here to make fun of you or pick on you, and then it says they are only real if people believe that, but no. They're only real if people believed it. Don't run. Why you buck dancing me, man? You buck dancing on me now. First you say they wasn't real, then you say they are real. Now you're saying they only real if people believe they real. Which one is it? So what are they then? You said they ain't real, then you say they are real. So what are they then? What type of real are they? What type of real are they? Are they imaginary real? Oh, we only for people that believe in them real? What type of real law is it? Hey, where you at, MG? Come on, we need some more feedback, man. We'll ride you to the end of the show. They are. Let's get them up there. It says they are only real if people believe in them. They are. So I guess you don't. So I guess you don't. So ghost, all that too. That ain't real neither, huh? Ghost, paranormal activity. Where you at, man? Just because you never seen one, don't mean they ain't real. But like I said, you already admitted that they was real. You just said they real to somebody that seen them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's that can be true. It is real to somebody that's seen them. Look, I'm gonna tell you this, MG, and I'm gonna leave you alone. If they give you a description of something and they can tell you what it looked like, how it moved, how it act, then that thing exists. See, that's where you miss. That's where you missing at MG. You got to understand existence. There's only existence. Why? Because non-existence is still existence. Just like no thing is still a thing. Non-existence is still existence. So if you say that aliens don't exist, and then somebody sit there and tell you about well, it might be the word you're using. How about extraterrestrial? You might be one of them beings that like the word angel. Like he one of them beings because he says angels, these aliens are souls. So he may be one of them ones that like the word angel or demon. We'll use them terms for you, right? But how is somebody gonna tell you about something that never existed? They couldn't even describe it to you. How could they if it don't exist? How could they even describe to you a little gray man with a big head, black eyes? They telepath. How could they even describe all that if it didn't exist? You can't describe nothing that don't exist. Describe something to me right now that don't exist. And the minute you go to describe it, if it didn't exist, you brought it into existence. Where's MG Big Dog? Let me change your name to MG Big Cat. We don't deal with the dogs. We mess with the cats. Cause why must I feel like that? Why must I chase the cat? I know somebody was thinking the same thing. Nothing but the dog. Yeah, man, he got that dog in him. He trying to chase that cat. Somebody said, who or what the first beings are one to take form in the nine ether. The Anunnakis were the ones that first ones that take. Well, they weren't called Anunnakis at that time. They were called the ancients, but they were the first ones to take form after the Big Bang. And at first they was in the nine ether form, but what happens once the Big Bang? Some of them got blew to the left side of the mirror. The left side of the mirror It's where you start the physical reality dealing with hydrogen being one on the element chart, but hydrogen really is -1 because okay, if you take a chart and you draw a cross on it, and then in the middle will be the 0 point. If you go to the left, you have -1. If you go to the right, you got +1. Well, when the Big Bang happened, some of the beings got blew to the left, and so they got blew to the negative side of the mirror, which is why when they take a picture of you, they got to keep the negative frame. Because what you are made of is on the negative side of the mirror. Hydrogen, your physical vessel, is made of what's on the negative side of the mirror, while your spiritual vessel is made up of what's on the positive side of the mirror. Yeah. Hey, what happened to MG guy, man? He got the hell up out here. He didn't want no more. We went, hey man, hey MG Big Dog, man. We weren't picking on you, and then we just wanted to see where you was at. We like guys that pseudo guys. We like to talk to them. We like to talk to guys that think everything's pseudo. It's only I'm gonna tell you about these pseudo guys. The pseudo guys, anything that they don't understand or never heard of or can't figure out is pseudo. If I go out there and tell you, well, the reason why Dookie stink is because methane gas coming off of it. For a guy that said, man, that sounds crazy. That's pseudo. That's pseudo, man. He just said some gas coming off of Dookie. That's why it smells like stink like that. That's pseudo. Because he don't know what ever heard of it. He don't know no science. Everything pseudo to them, they never can't figure it out. So them guys, and really a lot of the pseudo guys be agents. They be either knowingly or unknowingly. And most of the pseudo guys be agents. Because instead of saying pseudo, why don't you say, well, that's wrong because of this and that? He gives the explanation. But the pseudo guys never give an explanation. They all just use the word pseudo. You know what I'm saying? Anything is pseudo if they can't explain it. They have a thing called pseudo solids. You know what a pseudo solid is? Jello. It's not liquid, it's not solid, but it's in the between, right? So those guys, the pseudo guys are all what you call confused, meaning they can't put two and two together. Con means to go against, fuse means to put two things together. So most pseudo guys are confused. They can't put two and two together. See, Tahuti already put two and two together. So so all you pseudo guys, that's everything is pseudo, you need to go study Tahuti. And then a lot of shit that you saying pseudo ain't gonna be pseudo no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, you need to go look up a guy named Tahuti, and then study what Tahuti's taught, and then you'll see a lot of shit you think that's pseudo is not pseudo at all. It's high powered science. That's your brain, your little peanut brain can't comprehend. But MG him got the hell out of here when he said himself that aliens ain't real. Then he come back and say aliens are real. Whether it be REEL or REAL, that's the same dang on thing. What is real? Electromagnetic signals interpreted by the brain? Where did that guy go, man? Get him back. Somebody get him back in here, hold him up so we can punch him. I want somebody to hold him up so we feel like we want to bully some guys. Bully this guy. We want to bully this guy. We ain't gonna pick on like that though. Somebody hold him up so we can punch him. I'm saying. Like he fell down on the ground. Might need somebody hold him up. It says, could you get Tahuti on the show? Oh yeah, Tahuti had been on my show a couple times. Hey, go in this playlist. Go in this playlist called the alchemic playlist that I got, right? And then go to these tapes called Court Sides with Tahuti. And so this how I can get Tahuti on the show. Tahuti can channel through me, right? He can use me as a channel sometime. And how you would know it's him, he says certain things and he talk a certain way, right? Tahuti like a motivating hype man, you know what I'm saying? So he says certain things like yeah, that's right. I think like you will tell, but on that tape, if you go back and watch that, it's a certain tapes and the Tahuti in that file, the alchemy file that they got. If it say Tahuti on it, watch those tapes because Tahuti come in and start talking sometime on those tapes. through me. So Tahuti can use anybody because Tahuti he moved through the thought. That's one of his names, thought, right? Thought. So Tahuti can channel through anybody. But though it's only certain groups of people or certain beings that will know, okay, that's I hear what he's saying. That's Tahuti talking through him, right? So that can happen anytime where Tahuti can just come in and start talking. And then I will go back and listen to the tape again and say, damn, I said that. And I had to go look up some of the stuff that I was saying because I know I ain't know that. And it'd be Tahuti coming in talking, or Murdoch, a doc through Murdoch using me, talking through me. All these beings, they use me. I'm just a speaker, right? I'm just like a radio. Matter of fact, that was one of my nicknames when I lived in New Mexico. The Mexicans call me radio in Spanish. They say, man, that dude like a radio. You could turn him on the channel. Just ask him a question and turn it on that channel, and he'll talk for days on that one subject, man. He like a radio. You put him on the AM station, he just go on and on and on and on. Right? So the Mexicans said about me, and when I lived in Mexico, right? In New Mexico, my nickname was Radio. I said, dude, he like a walking encyclopedia, man. You know, I guess my MG guy got the hell out of here, man. He didn't want no parts of this. He said aliens are souls. Yeah, some aliens do got souls. And some of aliens are souls that put on suits because each planet got a suit. Like this body is a suit uniform for this planet, but if you go to Mars, they got a different uniform, a different type of body. If you go to Jupiter, they got a different type of body. So extraterrestrials had a technology where they could come here and put on a uniform and come in here and walk around and look like us, but they ain't us. You see what I'm saying? So yes, aliens are real, REEL and REAL. Too many people have tested to the same, and some of them get the same storylines. And like Doc said, some of these places where these people giving storylines of encounters with aliens, they don't even got a TV or radio or nothing to even, and they don't even got the they formers and people like that. They don't even got the time to entertain some type of story like that. And then somebody across on the whole other side of the world who live in the middle of nowhere where ain't no electricity, nothing, they get the same exact almost storyline of what encounter that they had with the same little gray man that picked them up and probed them and did such and such to them. Everybody, like all these people, not telling the same story by coincidence. You know what I'm saying? That's what Doc said. Like this is actually, these are events are actually happening. And now I don't disagree with you when you say it's assimilation, right? Because actually for if you're still watching MG Big Dog, go watch a tape I put out called "Is It Real or Real" in the Ascension Manual playlist, right? So we already break down what you're saying, and you ain't wrong in what you're saying about this assimilation, but and you could say aliens ain't real. And really be honest with you, MG Big Dog, I get what you're saying. You kind of right in the way of what you're saying, but you gotta be more specific. You can't. The word pseudo really is just the word pseudo really isn't, that word right there is really a sketchy word. But you ain't wrong in what you said. Cause me, I'm type of guy. I don't say nobody's wrong. You know what I'm saying? I look at perspectives. So you ain't wrong in your perspective. You ain't wrong in what you said. You actually saying some good stuff, right? But the word pseudo, man, that word pseudo, that's an agent word. Don't use the word pseudo for something you can't, just because you can't explain it. The people that can't explain things, they always like to use the word pseudo. It's pseudo because you can't explain it. But if I come along and explain it, now is it still pseudo? Yeah, what about my big bro phase? My little bro phase. Well, he like my big bro and my little bro, right? What about phase? Phase got some new music coming out, a new CD. I think he's working on a new CD right now. They're finna get it drop. That new CD Phase working on, it's gonna be up. It's gonna be like a like a pump, like a I can't say like a Lil Jon type CD, but it's gonna be like that workout album. That the album Phase working on now. It's gonna be that workout album where you could pop that joint on in your headphones and go run on a treadmill and then run up a sweat on this new album that he coming out with, right? So I can't wait till Phase drop that new album with that I'm pushing the line. Y'all heard that new song? I don't know if he dropped it yet. I'm about to go check it on Phase page. I know he put a short out on his Instagram, right? But he got a song called I'm Pushing the Line. When I heard it, man, it made me want to go outside and take off running, run 3 miles. Right when I heard the song, I say, man, this some stuff, right? This some good stuff right here. It made me want to go to the gym as soon as I heard the song, and play it over and over again. Start pumping some iron. I'm telling you, man, that new CD that Phase for to come out with gonna be hot as far as like a workout album. I'm telling you, man. If you heard some of the tracks that he got on that new album, I don't know when it's coming out, but when I'm pretty he probably almost done with it. You know how Phase be already. It don't take him about but a week or two to put an album together. So I wouldn't be surprised if he already got it done already with videos and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like Phase put a lot of people don't know Phase edited his own videos. He got a guy that he shoot his video because his buddy, because he deal with this guy. But Phase edited all his own stuff though. All them videos you be seeing, Phase be editing them videos. Yeah, so I can't wait till he drop that new album, man. I don't even know what he gonna call it. But yes, and I'm telling you, you need to go check out that Ascension City album. Don't sleep on that Ascension City album. People sleeping on that Ascension City album. Go check that Ascension City album. My favorite album is The Ninth Hour, and I like Mike. I like Michael too, though. Michael and The Ninth Hour. Ninth Hour, my favorite because it's like more, it's more chill, relaxed, mellow type. But this new album is gonna be up speed, like if you a boxer or you a workout guy or you an athletic guy, this album is gonna be the album that you put in right for the game or right before you go out on the to the boxing match or whatever. It gonna get you pumped up, kind of like it got like a spiritual battle, upbeat type feel to it. So I can't wait till you drop that album. But I gotta get ready to get off because people are asleep, man, and I don't want to keep too much noise going. But it says question, are our teeth considered crystals? Yes, that is true. That is true. Right? You got crystals in your body, all through your body. Gold, silver. Actually, your whole body is crystals. Small, tiny crystals. Because dust is really crystals on a microcosmic level. Sand is really crystals on a microcosmic level. It just depends on how the heat configurations depends on what it turns into. Because keep in mind, you can turn coal into a diamond. So what if carbon is the basis for diamond? Really, the carbon is the basis for all life forms, right? But if carbon can turn into a diamond, and you are made of carbon, what can you turn into? Oh, that means you made of crystals as well. And if you in here and you want to get them 8 books by the Young Elder, all you gotta do is send a $45 donation to the Cash App or PayPal, and we'll send those 8 books over right now. As soon as I see your email, you're gonna be seeing the books in your email in less than 5 minutes. If you want to get those books. Like I say, if you in the Ascension Manual, we talk about organic chemistry in the Ascension Manual. In the Ascension Manual, I name at least 90 herbs. That's the most high-powered herbs in the world. We talk about how about the chakra chart, all that break down. We break down the chakra chart like you never heard before in the Ascension Manual. Like you ain't never heard. Like I got, matter of fact, if you go to the Ascension Manual playlist, we already did classes on a lot of the stuff in the Ascension Manual. So pretty much, if you go to the Ascension Manual playlist, that whole playlist is pretty much the Ascension Manual, right? For you people that's new to the page, you go start watching about this. We teach about the 7 chakras, the Rainbow Project, telepathic abilities, all that, time travel. Is it real or real? All in that playlist called the Ascension Manual playlist. So you want to go check that out. Yeah, if you just not coming on, man, you got a long way to go. But what you need to go, if you never heard of Dr. Malachi Z York, that's who we learned from. Dr. Malachi Z York, who's being held as a political prisoner since 2002, right? May, for something that he didn't do, set up by COINTELPRO, right? He the one that taught us, and he pretty much activated us, the Malachites, right? The students of Dr. Malachi Z York. So you want to study look up Dr. Malachi Z York, my master teacher, and start studying some of them old tapes that he put out. Like the first tape I ever seen a doc was the Elohim. So type in Dr. Malachi Z York on YouTube and type in Elohim and watch that tape, the Elohim tape. Right, that's the first tape that I ever seen of Doctor. When somebody told me about Doc and I looked him up, the first tape that I watched of Doc was the Elohim tape. Right, so check that tape out, man. I got it in the I got it on my page in the Dr. Malachi Z York playlist. If you go down, scroll to the Dr. Malachi Z York playlist, scroll down and watch the Elohim tape. I think it might have been changed. If it ain't, yeah, it's Elohim. It's called the Elohim tape. But you can type it in on YouTube and watch it though, right? It's on. It should pull up when you type in Elohim, right? But and you can read you can read the Holy Tablets, which is real thick book that the Dr. Malachi Z York put out for free, and the links in the descriptions. You can read that book for free by our master teacher, and it's got pretty much all the basic layout in that book. That one book, it's like the New Wapian Bible, right? So it's got everything up in there, right? And you go check that out if you're a newcomer, man. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, man. Because we put out something every single day. I got something coming out. I got 2 tapes coming out tomorrow, 2 tapes the next day, 2 tapes that we gonna drop something every day, man. We non-stop action over here trying to take care of them babies, right? So we love you all, and we're gonna be back because everybody trying to go get ready for get up tomorrow morning, and we don't want to keep it going too long. But we love you all. And free Dr. Malachi Z York, free Jeff Fort, free Larry Hooper, right? Free all the political prisoners that fought on our behalf, right? And we love you all, and we send love throughout the boundless universe to all. Wadu.